Okay, so this is a hopefully quick video on a couple advanced techniques for the speedrun. This first one is actually really simple. You should probably start doing this once you're familiar with the run. It's right after you do the first punch warp of the run. What you do is you're going to be kind of high on AP as soon as you land the punch warp, which is good. What you want to do is make a quick save as soon as you discover green tech genetics, so like that. And now when we enter the sewer, we're actually going to load warp on entry. So that means that it'll refresh our AP and health. Again, this is like a super easy one. I just didn't include it in the default or like the basic tutorial because I didn't want to overload people with load warps already. It's really only something you should do once you're actually comfortable with the run. But just like that, you load warp on entry. Super easy. I recommend doing it as soon as you're familiar with the run and comfortable with load warping. As you can see, I'm now kind of full on AP. But that's the first one. The second one, where to even start explaining this. So we went over the Molotov cocktail strat and the normal one. Let us go to, where is it? Old North Church. Yes. So Old North Church. I'm gonna go through the dialogue as normal, but it actually takes place after the dialogue. So once you get here, just go through everything as normal.
Bien. Arrêtez. Donc, qu'est-ce que tu veux? On a besoin de... Quoi? Ouais. Bon, vous savez ce qu'est un synthétique, pas vrai? Oui. Je sais tout ce qu'il y a à
Down,
savoir.
left, right as normal.
Continuez. Donc, on essaie de libérer... Non, je ne pense pas. Il n'y a pas... Pardon. On a ce qu'on voulait.
Deacon was being weird.
On fait une bonne équipe.
Actually getting the skip now, as opposed to in the first tutorial.
C'est un plaisir de vous rejoindre. Appelez-moi.
Set up the cover slide as normal. And now the difference is when you get to up here, you need to make a hard save right here. This is actually a very difficult strat. You make a hard save here because we're actually going to be load warping into here later on as opposed to fast traveling. Pretty much most of the advanced strats come down to load warps, and I'll go over where to do those. You're going to have to really... I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do them. I haven't done these load warps in a couple months, and the secret to doing these load warps consistently is actually listening to a metronome while you do them. Like, I would pull up a metronome on my phone while I did these runs. That's the secret to really doing these load warps. So if you really want to go for it, go for record, do these load warps and listen to a metronome. That's the biggest advice I can give. So I'm probably not going to attempt these load warps too much just because they're a lot. Like, it might take me a while, and I don't want to sit here doing it over and over and bore you. You guys should understand the concept of load warping and how to do them by now. It's essentially load warping on these doors. But I'll go over when we do these load warps in a second. But there's stuff that goes on as well in Diamond City. So let us do that too. So I need to keep my cover slide set up for this. So I'm just going to do this run normally. I'm actually going to turn on God mode for this just so I can sprint for longer. Sorry, I have the hiccups. If you've made it this far, how are you doing? How was your day today? Answer in the comments. Tell me how you feel right now. Do you like the Fallout 4 speedrun? What's your favorite color? Do you like any sports? I like a lot of sports. What sports do you like? What are your favorite teams? I like those teams too, unless you said the Packers or the White Sox. Or the Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals, that is. Cool, look, we just bonded. Alright, so once you get inside, you're going to trigger your cover slide as normal, but instead of going to set up the punch warp, or instead of just entering Nick's agency right away, we're not going to set up the punch warp. We're actually going to make a hard save right outside of Nick's agency, because we're going to load warp to there later on. So you just run up here, and make the quick save, enter Nick's agency, and then make a hard save rather than quick save, sorry. Make a quick save on the inside, and then open this door, and then fast travel back to here, and then we're going to load warp on the way out as normal. And then the reason why we do this is as opposed to setting up the punch warp and punch warping back to there, and also, oh, my game crashed. That's cool. Let me reload Fallout 4 real quick. That doesn't happen too often. As opposed to punch warping back to Nick's agency, we're just going to kill Kellogg, quick save, and load warp to him. So, also, because of this, I'll actually explain this once we get to the other side. I don't want to like start talking and then have to interrupt myself mid-sentence to say, and then we load warp. So there we go, load warp as normal. Piper will be on the outside. So because we're doing this, we actually, like, if you do both this load warp and the railroad load warp, then you don't need to make a hard save outside of the fens, because every time we would normally load warp to here is being eliminated because we don't actually have to fast travel from here anymore. So you do the run as normal. Don't load warp to here ever, because, like, say, let's go to the Kellogg part. Where's the these are all my backup saves. Here's where we kill Kellogg. Sweet. So you walk up, kill Kellogg, or just completely miss the fat man. That sometimes happens too. Walk up, kill Kellogg, loot him, grab this, access, do the access logs, quick save, and then when we load warp, we're going to load warp to this save right here, the one outside Nick's agency. Normally we would load warp to the fens and then punch warp to Nick's, but instead we just load warp straight to there. I'm only going to try this like once or twice. I'm not going to sit here and try it for a while. It's a pretty difficult, this one's not super bad, but it's still pretty difficult. I did it way too early. But this one's not super bad. But yeah, just load warp straight into Nick's. That's this time save. That one actually, this saves a lot of time. This saves like 10-12 seconds. Second thing, so say you go back to Nick's, you talk with him, go do memory den. After memory den, you shoot Amar, you fast travel to, or load warp to Glowing Sea, talk with Virgil, do the courser. After you do the courser, I just want to get up to right back in here. So say you punch warp. I'm just gonna do this box climb real quick. This was an old strat way back in the day, before punch warping was a thing. I actually missed this glitch. Okay, so say you get up here, you kill the courser, right? Alright, normally you quick save, load warp to the fens, and fast travel to the Railroad HQ. Instead, we quick save and just load warp straight to Old North Church into the Railroad HQ. This one saves about, let me think. This one saves time on the fade in. So normally you would like load the fen save, you'd fade in at the fens, and you would load warp into, this one saves about like 4 to 6 seconds, I'd say. So like, that actually looked kind of decent. This one actually might be a little longer. Yeah, that's pretty much load warp to there. You're gonna have to practice this a lot and get the timing down. I've lost the timing completely. But yeah, you just load warp straight to the Railroad HQ. What else? So, Railroad HQ, you get the shit decoded. You fast travel back to Virgil. Here. You fast travel back to Virgil, right? So you talk with Virgil, And normally, if he's at the far back of here, normally you have to run all the way back to the entrance, right? And then load the like exit. Like you're gonna have to exit and then pull up the map and fast travel. Instead, alternatively, you can just load warp to the Old North Church again. And this one is high risk, high reward, because this is a good time save for something that you really don't need to do. Where the hell is... Oh, the save's up here, that's why. This is a load warp that's so unnecessary because you can literally just exit the cave and walk and just fast travel straight to there. But this one saves a decent amount of time if you get it right. But I did it too late. But yeah, this is the hard load warp of this one and Nick's place. So say you hit that load warp and everything's still going good. Say you're still on a run, and you still want to do advanced strats. So after you load warp to here, you would get the plans for the teleporter, or you would give them the plans for the teleporter, fast travel to Sanctuary, build the teleporter, fast travel back, get the rest of the plans, fast travel there, build the teleporter, get teleported into the Institute, and then you would do jet jump or jetless with the punch warp and everything. And after you place the bomb on the reactor here, you quick save, and needless to say, you load warp straight back to here again. So you do this load warp 3 times in a run. It's pointless for me to show you again, just me loading up a save, quick saving, and failing a load warp. But you guys get the idea. It's just you load warp to the Railroad HQ every time that you would typically load warp to the Fens and then fast travel to the Railroad HQ. Other than that, that actually is... Let me think, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I'm 95% certain that's all the advanced strats. If I forget any, I'll re-record this video. But yeah, that's it. Best of luck. Only do all of these if you're going for the world record. In total, all these strats combined, not including the green tech one, the advanced load warp save about 30 seconds. So it's 30 free seconds if you hit them all first try. The green tech one, the green tech load warp going into the sewer, that one saves a couple seconds at most, but it's really good to do because it's super easy. But yeah, best of luck. If you have any questions, hit me up.